creating a green screen video using Ultra Key in Adobe Premiere Pro. I have two different pieces of video and I've created an HDV sequence. I'm going to create two backgrounds that we can use to see these keys. First, I'm going to click the New Item button and make bars and tone. And then I'm also going to click the New Item button and create a white color matte. So we will use both of these to be able to see what our keys look like best. Now these two pieces of video have two very different lighting schemes. Let's look at this in our Lumetri scopes. You can see that our first piece of video has very even lighting. All the way across, straight across the line, very good lighting. But our second piece of video was probably recorded in a home. When we look at this video in our scopes, we can see that it definitely does not have good lighting. They probably just had one light on the subject and it is falling off, which means we're going to have different colors of green on the edges than we do in the middle. So remember that when we try to get a good key from this piece of video. Remember that every piece of video is going to be different when you try to make a key. So let's try the one that does have good lighting. I'm going to go to my effects, video effects, keying, and we're going to drag an Ultra key onto that first piece of video. In effects control, we're going to go down to our Ultra key and it wants to know what color are you trying to key. So simply click once and then go grab the color. Because this video was lit well, it has a pretty good key. You should always go and check right here in output, change it to alpha channel. And you can see that this is a pretty good key. We have pure black and pure white. White to reveal, black to conceal. If you do not see a good key, the easiest thing to do is go tell it aggressive. But this one doesn't even really need that. When we go back to composite, we can see that even when he's moving, I don't see any green edges. This looks pretty good. When you're over white, you can see any little mistakes or boogers that are around in the outside, and it looks pretty clean. Let's go ahead and try the next piece of video, which is not as easy to deal with. Once again, we're going to grab the Ultra key and throw it onto that top piece of video. Tell it what color we want. When we look at this full screen, you can see that definitely there's all kind of artifacts and boogers all along the edges. So we're going to have to do some adjustments. The first thing you can do is go to your settings and change it to aggressive. You can see it's already done a better job of keying this out for us. But when we go and look at the output and say alpha channel, you can still see that we have some edges here. And it makes sense why this is like this, because there are two different kinds of green on the screen. The two main things that can help key are transparency and pedestal. If you bring the transparency down, of course he's going to be see-through, but it'll look good on the edges. So I like to up the pedestal until the black is gone. So let's just make sure he's not see-through and then go look at it back regular in composite. So not too bad. Of course, there are plugins and After Effects that can do a lot better job. If you need to get a quick key done, some of these tricks will help.